So, well, it might be a little confusing, but I actually represent two companies. So Essence Solutions, which is the IoT company, solutions company, and middleware, and then Borderless Hub as a middleware company provider. So that's why we have. Sometimes you see me as Essence, sometimes you see me as Borderless Hub. All right. So earlier during the panel discussion, I talked about how we use flespi in sort of three phases and things like that, and this is diving a little deeper and showing you what we're doing and things like that. So I talked about device management, I talked about device configuration, data streaming, the troubleshooting and processing, and then a real life project that we have done. Now to sum up what Sami has said, flespi is great for sensor-based networks, things that doesn't move, and things that you don't even need Wialon to provide those capabilities and all that, because it can give you all the data, provide the analysis and things like that. And I think it gives you a lot more room to solutions to sell on top of Wialon. So this is something that we built. I say it has to be a custom development UI that we do for device management. And basically, we can pull all the data into a dashboard. We can show the status of what's the device ID, the SIM cards on it, the firmware, the last location that is reporting the last read and the last location time. So it's a status, the engine is on or off, different status and all that. So this is a kind of a device management. It gives you a view into how your device, which is important. Are they reporting? Has it gone dead and things like that. And it is broken down into company accounts, into users and all that. One of the things that you have to realize when you start using flespi is that flespi stops at the user, the company level, which is a sub account. If you want to create users and things like that, we have to then create our own users underneath it. We have to manage it. So the user login uses his user ID password that belongs to a sub account. He can see his devices, he can check his status and things like that. The other aspect that I mentioned to you is that flespi exposes every single thing on the protocol, which is good for us as a service provider, as a solution provider, but it's bad for my customers. I can't let him change everything. And so, we expose certain of the key aspects of the commands or the actions that he needs to perform. I only allow him to immobilize or turn the immobilize on and off, to reset or reboot the device. And we have another use case which is called vehicle recovery, which is Wialon is just too much, and all these vehicles are actually on flespi. We allow it to turn on the live tracking. Basically, the device acts like a long asset tracker, which is reporting every hour. And if you need to recover, you then turn on the live tracking. It then give you the 30-second reporting and all that. And we tried to build that model on flespi. It was too high. So and flespi provides the capabilities out of the box. I said this is the device configuration that you see on flespi. You use it for yourself, but again, you don't want them to mess around, and which is why we build our custom UI to then hide certain of the details from the flespi interface. The data streaming is another thing that we use a lot, because flespi can then stream multiple applications. We not just one of them we stream it to Wialon, but then a lot of times we collect data that are irrelevant to Wialon, and it may be for sensors, it may be for asset management, which is what Wialon is not designed for, but other applications are interested in this data, which we then stream. The other thing that we do is that we do a lot of troubleshooting. So the proxy channel that if you attended the first day, how we use the proxy channel, you can see the hexel data and things like that, allows us to easily troubleshoot the device, and see whether there's an issue with the raw data coming out, and at the same time, if something is wrong, I can easily redirect the stream to the hardware manufacturer and say, take a look yourself and see whether it makes sense or not, without affecting the live unit, without having to repoint to a Wialon debug protocol and then losing the data. So these are the things that we're doing to help ourselves, to be able to help me sleep better. I don't need to wake up and things like that, and also to provide extensions capabilities to our customers to manage their own devices, and that has reduced our own resources to having to to provide the kind of support. Okay. So the other thing that we started then doing is to then look into how to use flespi to build custom applications, custom business logic. And we have developed custom scripting that is able to take the data in, to then process it, and then feed it back into flespi to go to Wialon or to other third-party application. So it has a very, as I say, it's a developer platform. So there are a lot of capabilities that you can build. You can think of anything that you want to take in, process, analyze, do calculations, transform the data, and then feed it to the third-party applications. Some of the examples that we do is, in some locations we don't have a GPS. So these are going through a tunnel with no GPS. We use a BLE tag. The device has become a BLE location tag we associate with a GPS location and things like that. That comes into flespi. We do a lookup. We substitute the GPS location and then we feed it into the back into Wialon. So you can see that it's going through an area where there's a tunnel and there's no GPS location. It does a lookup. We work a lot with BLE technology. So BLE sensors and things like that. One of the issues with BLE is that it will pick up anything and everything within reach. So we have to do a lot of filtering by associating what is on this device that's associated and filter out all the stray tags. The other thing with BLE is that it doesn't necessarily come in sequence. And so if I have 5 temperature sensors in a truck, one read cycle it will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another time it gives me 2, 3, 4, 5 something. And we have to do some form of transformation and ordering in order for them to appear as proper sensors in the Wialon platform. Otherwise, you'll never be able to collect the data of it because they're not ordered properly. So this is a slide that actually I showed in last year's presentation about our vision of IoT-enabled fleet management. So the whole idea was that we have a typical vehicle tracker and we have a BLE reader attached to it. The key difference is that our BLE reader is not inside the tracker because otherwise it's in the truck head and you will have issues reading the sensors that is on the back of the truck. We actually place the BLE reader at the back of the truck. It's an extension, it's accessories. And what we now have is BLE location tags, which I told you when it's going through a tunnel, we can pick up the location. We have BLE asset tags to tag assets and cargo that's inside the truck. And we have a BLE lock to provide security for the truck. And this is a project that we were looking for suitable customers to implement, and we found one. This is one of the largest sort of supermarkets in Singapore. They have 100 over stores, and these are even in the petrol kiosk. They run the convenience stores and all that. And they have 3 distribution centers that they send out their fresh produce on a daily basis to all the stores. And if you understand, how supermarkets sort of like send their goods into the store, they go in roll cages. These are metal roll cages that they put all truck. At the store, they unload the roll cages where they then unload the cargo, and then after a few days they pick up the metal roll cages. These are assets that belongs to the company. They have no way to see their visibility. Their roll cages just go missing, they don't know where they are and things like that. They try to penalize the store if they keep the roll cages for more than 2 days, but they have no way, and they have no way to implement it manually. And this is something that we help them do, right? So the BLE reader is placed at the back of the truck. We have temperature humidity sensors to monitor this because these are fresh produced, so they need to, there's a cold room compartment which is at -20, and then they have outside which is maintained at 4 degrees Celsius. They also have a BLE lock at the back of the door, so to monitor any unauthorized opening of the door outside the store, which we geofence. And finally, we tag all the cargo and all the roll cages as a BLE asset tag, and we monitor them as they are loaded and unloaded from the truck. So this is a picture of how we done. This is still we completed the POC, we built the whole thing, and now they're going into live implementation. So during the POC, we put the BLE reader at the top, but in the actual we will actually wire it in the inside. It's just for the POC. We need to be able to pick up the BLE reader. So this is the vehicle tracker, which is at the front of the cab. The BLE reader will be installed somewhere around here. You have the BLE lock, which is at the back of the truck that secure the door, so it knows whether it's open or closed status. These are the metal roll cages that you see that the supermarket use to deliver things. So the metal roll cages are the issue that they're trying to manage, and this is an asset management. This doesn't go into Wialon, but it goes into flespi, and then it goes into the asset management system. This is the cargo delivery on a pallet. So everything was built. We feed the information into the Wialon platform. We can see the truck on our fleet management. We can get notification that the lock has been opened outside the geofence on the store. We get the temperature humidity sensors that's coming in, and then what you don't see is that the feed of the BLE tags for asset tracking will then be streamed to an asset management system, which they can then see where those roll cages are and whether the cargo has been delivered in the store, right? So this is an implementation that we have just completed and is going into production. Thank you very much.
Gregory, for the amazing presentation. Do we have some questions for Gregory?
About supermarket roller cages, do you use like indoor versioning? How do you track if it's inside a building? What's the method? Like you have like sort of a map that includes the floor plans or something like that?
Well, we rely, because the roll cages are being delivered in the trucks, so we can see that the BLE tags are being wrapped on the truck, they are being loaded.
Okay.
And later on, we know that this is the last location that it was disappeared.
Right.
We don't read them anymore, so that is the last known location. That's been associated with the store. When the goods are being unloaded from the metal cages, after 2 days, they get reloaded onto the truck. So we now know where the location of the roll cages are based on this simple association of I see it, I don't see it, I see it again. I can calculate that you're in this store and you stayed in this store for more than 2 days, and I'm going to penalize you for demurrage charges and things like that. There might be a new phase where they want to install fixed readers within the warehouse to again confirm. But right now, without doing that, we can easily determine where the roll cages are, based on this concept.
Thank you.
Sorry, the BLE, what wireless technology is it used? Is it Bluetooth?
Yeah, it's through the BLE. So it's standard BLE. So we have a BLE reader that is attached to our vehicle tracker, and it's picking up the standard BLE IDs. It can pick up anything from proprietary to iBeacon to Eddystone and things like that. And that's where the issue is, because it's picking up everything, and so I need to do some form of filtering. Another advantage of using BLE is that I can use my mobile phone, that is a smartphone that has a BLE 4.2. I can also pick up, and that becomes my reader, and I can build an app into flespi as well. So not relying just entirely on the vehicle tracker to transmit what I see, I can easily use my mobile app as a user application to scan, pick it up, and do. So for example, if I really want to confirm that the roll cages are in the store, I can easily build a mobile app, walk around the store, pick up all the BLE tags, and upload it into flespi to confirm the location that they are in the store.
And sorry, just one more. As the truck passes and picks up the BLE, have you experienced the speed at which the truck can pass to register properly? In other words, is there a possibility of the truck going too fast?
Well, the implementation that we did, for this was in the airport, and there's a speed limit in the tunnel, which is around 50 kilometers an hour, and we don't have an issue. I have not tried, speeding at 100 or 120 kilometers and try to pick up a BLE tag. A lot of these are big trucks, logistics and all that. They do have certain speed limits, and so BLE locator tags are great, for indicating where the location, like for example, which dock door you're in, has it exit or enter or exit a facility, things like that. We call them as locator tags.
I think we have one more question.
I just had a quick question. In the first panel, you talked about the first phase of implementing flespi was the device configuration, and it took 0 lines of code, but I was wondering, because that's something we're interested in doing as well, how difficult was it, even though it didn't take any code to get that started, absent the UI, but...
It was just a few clicks, create a channel, repoint all the devices that we have on Wialon into flespi, create a data stream of the flespi into Wialon, and then, it was just as easy as that. The thing is, of course, it depends on which device you're looking at, because you can ask the end whether that is fully supported in terms of the protocol and things like that. There are certain devices that, you just expose all the protocols, and, we use, say, Quacklink a lot, and the thing is that, it has so many parameters, and I'm really surprised how full support we have on flespi. It really makes our life a lot easier, with a web interface to configure these devices. And like I said, it took 0 code. It's just a matter of creating an account, pointing, configure the right IP address, and streaming it back, and then creating all the devices into flespi.
Okay, awesome, thanks.
Yeah.
One more round of applause for Mr. Borderless.